Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to give you guys my thoughts of the brand new looked New York Jets offense after the offseason is officially wrapped up. Even though there's a third wave of the offseason that's probably going to start in a couple weeks, or maybe even this week, because there's some free agents out there, so the Jets will be adding some players to the roster. But after free agency, after the NFL draft and the undrafted free agency class, I want to give you guys my thoughts of this brand new New York Jets offense, because we got a brand new coaching staff, we got a brand new quarterback, we got a lot of new playmakers, new players up front, basically an entire new team on the offensive end and even the defensive end. But in this video, I'm going to focus on the Jets offense and what we can look out for, what we can see personnel wise, how explosive the potential is with this Jets offense, especially with the scheme in place from Mike LaFleur, coming from Kyle Shanahan's offensive tree. So there's a lot of things to be excited about with this Jets offense, because we're coming off a terrible performance the last 2 years under Adam Gase, literally bottom 3 in the NFL, and I'm expecting this offense to make a huge step in this season. So before I hop into this video, if you guys are new to Jets Media, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, you guys know where to find me at NYJets_media. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's jump right in. So I'm going to go over each single position group on the New York Jets and give my thoughts on each player and my overall expectations for them in this season. So obviously, we're going into this season with a brand new coaching staff, a rookie head coach, a rookie offensive coordinator in Mike LaFleur. He's never been an offensive coordinator before, so this is going to be a learning curve. Everybody's young on this offense. There's a lot of players that are going to have, some adjustments to, whether it's the rookies adjusting from the college game to the NFL game, whether it's even Mekhi Becton and Denzel Mims adjusting to the brand new, coaching style, because they're going from Adam Gase's offense to a new offense, so they got to know the playbook. Whether it's the offensive line getting used to each other with this brand new offensive line scheme that's a zone run, they got to be more athletic, they got to be outside, they got to do a lot more things. So there's going to be a big adjustment curve, and I'm excited to see these players just get on the turf in training camp and dissect all of that in the coming summer. But unfortunately, that's not going to be for a long time. But hey, let's jump right into it. So we're going to start off with the quarterback position, and that is Zach Wilson. Obviously, as of right now, I think my prediction would be he's the starter week 1. I don't see anybody on the roster right now that can compete for the job. James Morgan. I do expect the Jets to sign a quarterback in free agency in the next couple of weeks to get that veteran presence in the building, but we will see what happens. But hey, Zach Wilson as a rookie, I think that we can expect him to show up and be consistent throughout the year. But at the same time, we have to realize he's a rookie. He's adjusting from the college game to the NFL. We cannot expect a rookie to light it up right out of the gate. And Zach Wilson's a player that needs to be protected. He needs to have his players around him to play well in order for the offense to be clicking on another level. The one thing that I'm looking out for in Zach Wilson's rookie season is this: can he be that leader? Can he command a huddle? Can he get everybody on the same page? Because that's the most important part of a quarterback position, is can you make sure that the offensive line is in sync? The playmakers, the running backs, they all know the play call. They all know where their spots needs to be. Can he call out the defense? Can he read a defense in the NFL? Because that's a huge aspect when it comes to quarterback at the next level. Can he make his reads when he's, makes a snap and he's in the pocket and his first read's not there? Can he scan the field and go to the second or third read, check down, or scramble? Those are things we saw him do at BYU at a very efficient rate, but the NFL is a different animal. So I think this offense with Zach Wilson compared to last year with Adam Gase and Sam Darnold, it's going to look so different. Whether it's, the rollouts more often, I feel like Adam Gase and Sam Darnold, they were more horizontal. They would go the 5-yard out routes. They would really just work the sidelines. But Zach Wilson and LaFleur, they're going to be way more vertical, forcing the ball down the field, play action passes. They're going to establish a run game, and we're going to get into the running back committee eventually. But I feel like this offense is going to be so fun to watch with a young, fresh new quarterback and a young, fresh new offensive coordinator together. I feel like they need to really get a relationship, whether it's the quarterback coach, whether it's all of the offensive coordinators, not even just LaFleur, the passing game coordinator, run game coordinator. We all need to see these offensive coaches get inside the mind of Zach Wilson, make sure he's comfortable, make sure he knows his reads. make sure that they get the utmost potential out of him. Is he comfortable? Is he worried? If he doesn't know this play call, who's that veteran presence on the team as a player to help him out? Because, hey, he's a rookie quarterback. Like I said, we can't expect him to light up the league right away because that's just unrealistic. So I'm expecting Zach Wilson to, you know, hit a rookie wall eventually, make some mistakes that he can correct over the course of the season. But overall, I'm expecting this offense under Zach Wilson to look completely different last year, way more exciting, especially with the playmakers around him. So let's get right into the playmakers in this wide receiving group. This is a very deep group all of a sudden. Last year, we had a lot of injuries. We had guys like Chris Hogan taking snaps and undrafted free agents like Lawrence Cager taking snaps and a lot of players that were just not good receivers, unfortunately for Sam. But now Joe Douglas is like, hey, last year was a nightmare. I did not give my quarterback the right playmakers. I need to get new guys in this wide receiving group, and that's exactly what he did. The only two players that's returning to this wide receiving core is Jamison Crowder and Denzel Mims. Those are the two guys that I think will get a lot of snaps, and we'll see about Jamison Crowder. I know there's a lot of question marks surrounding him, saying like, oh, Elijah Moore is going to replace him. Should we move on from Jamison this year? Should we cut him? Should we trade him? Me personally, I don't think we should move on from Jamison Crowder this year. We have 1 year left on his contract. Why not keep the most productive receiver on the roster in the last 2 seasons for our rookie quarterback? We understand there's an injury concern with this receiving core, especially last year. So there's nothing wrong with having depth at the wide receiver position. So I'm on the train of keeping Jamison Crowder this year. He can even help Elijah Moore in his development, be that veteran presence. So this is the wide receiving group. Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, Denzel Mims, Jamison Crowder, Keelan Cole. Those are the top 5 receivers that we can expect. Can you even imagine what these receivers are going to do with this brand new offense? And we know that this offense in place with LaFleur is, you never really need a wide receiver 1. I feel like we have a bunch of wide receiver 2s, and that's okay. And I do think Corey Davis has wide receiver 1 potential. He just never been that in Tennessee. He was drafted 5th overall. As we know, he never really lived up to those expectations. He had a lot of injury concerns, and then when A.J. Brown came, he was their wide receiver 2, and he was, what, 16 yards shy of an 1,000-yard season last year in Tennessee, even in an offense that's dominated from Derrick Henry, and with A.J. Brown getting the majority of the targets, and even Jonnu Smith got majority of the targets. So Corey Davis was one of the best receivers last year in the entire NFL when it came to play-action passes. So expect Corey Davis to have probably the most receptions and yards on this team next year. He's the veteran on this team. He has the utmost potential because he is ready to play. He has a lot of experience under his belt, and he's somebody that I think is going to be a very fun player to watch. And he's going to be our wide receiver on the outside, and then the other receiver on the outside will be Denzel Mims. Denzel Mims entering year 2 is going to be something fun to watch. I'm so high on him. I feel like last year was a very unfortunate situation for him. He was battling with injuries. He was not available week 1, and then when he did come back, he got injured again. And then when he was on the field, it seemed like Adam Gase did not want to give him the ball. Sam Darnold never really found him. I feel like Denzel Mims and Sam Darnold never got that chemistry going, whether that's Sam's fault, the Gase's fault, whoever's fault it is, it doesn't matter. The fact is that Denzel Mims did not get used properly at all, and I'm excited to see him really take that next step and get involved in this offense early on. I think Denzel Mims' role on this team is going to be working the perimeter, even taking the top off the defense at times. He's going to be a red zone target, go up there and get the ball in traffic, high point the ball, and even get some yards after the catch. I feel like Denzel Mims is very versatile. The one part of his game that needs to get improved is his route running, and we knew that when we drafted him, and I feel like the new coaching staff in place is going to make sure that he can get those hard cuts, you know, get some separation for Zach Wilson, and I'm really excited to see what Denzel Mims can do in year 2. And then Jamison Crowder in the slot, I think he's going to have a very productive season if he's here with us. I know that we want Elijah Moore to get majority of the snaps, but hey guys, I don't know if you guys realize, but if you watch the 49ers offense, there's not just one slot receiver that plays the entire time. It's a wide receiver by committee. There's a whole bunch of receivers rotating in and out that want fresh legs. They like a lot of different dynamic playmakers on the field at once. So Jamison Crowder is going to have a role in this team, and I think he's going to be that security blanket for Zach Wilson. And then we get into Elijah Moore, the rookie out of Ole Miss. This potentially could be the best receiver on the roster for the next 5 to 10 years. That's how much potential Elijah Moore has. He's a 5'9" dynamic player out of Ole Miss. He can even take, you know, snaps out of the backfield. He can do those jet sweeps. I feel like they're going to use him like Deebo Samuel in San Francisco. Also, the way the Kansas City Chiefs use Tyreek Hill. I know it's a different offense, but hey, I do see a lot of similarities in Elijah Moore's game with Tyreek Hill. I'm not saying he's the next Hill because Tyreek Hill is one of the best receivers in the NFL, but you can see the explosiveness, the ability to take the top off the defense, to sell the routes. I mean, he's immediately the best route runner on the entire team. He can line up in the slot, even line up on the outside for a 5'9" guy and get some reverse handoffs, and there's so much versatility to Elijah Moore's games. He's a gadget type of player, and I feel like he's going to be the best receiver on this team for the future, and we get a lot of exciting potential out of Elijah Moore. I cannot wait to see this guy go on the field. And then Keelan Cole, he's going to provide depth for us at the wide receiver 5 position, which is amazing because he got a lot of snaps in Jacksonville last year. He's a guy that has big play potential written all over him. He makes a lot of great grabs. He's a speedy guy that can play on the outside and the inside, so he's definitely going to get a lot of snaps this year, bearing any injuries. Even if all 5 of these guys are healthy, Keelan Cole is still going to be out there taking snaps and getting receptions because that's the type of offense that LaFleur likes to run. He likes wide receivers 1 through 5 to get on the field, and obviously Cole is going to get the least amount of snaps out of anybody, but he's still going to have an impact on the offense. So let's get into the running back room. So Michael Carter is, I think, going to be running back 1 for the New York Jets this year, rookie out of UNC. We know that this is a running back by committee type of offense implemented, but I do think Michael Carter is going to get the most snaps and the most looks because he fits the scheme more than anybody else on this entire roster at the running back position. Whether it comes to catching the ball out of the backfield, when you get him in space on the outside, it's an outside zone type of scheme. So if we can just run to the left side, pound it to Mekhi and Elijah Vera-Tucker, if you let Michael Carter get open in space, he was one of the best running backs in the NFL last year. Excuse me, not the NFL, best running back in college football last year when it comes to yards after contact. He makes guys miss. He keeps his balance. He has vision. He has footwork. He is everything you want in a running back when it comes to this scheme. And I feel like Michael Carter is going to be very explosive in this offense. And then having Ty Johnson right behind him, I feel like he's a very good fit as well. He's very fast. He's somebody where if there's a hole open, he's going to burst through it, and he's somebody that can take it to the house with ease. Tevin Coleman, he's going to provide that veteran presence, whether it's implementing the Shanahan-style offense to the running backs, the rookies, Pirine going into year 2, Ty Johnson, Michael Carter, he's going to be that veteran guy, and then LaMichael Pirine's another guy to look out for. I know he doesn't really fit the scheme right now. We drafted him last year to fit the Adam Gase scheme, and he doesn't really have the traits you want in a LaFleur-style offense, but I still think Pirine can adjust. I think the coaching staff can get into Pirine's brain and make him, more comfortable, and I'm honestly way more high on Pirine than most Jets fans. I feel like a majority of you guys don't want Pirine. He potentially get cut. I'm not on that train yet. I think Pirine still has potential, even though that his playstyle does not fit the system of LaFleur. So let's get into the tight end room, because this is a very interesting one. We got Chris Herndon, Kenny Yeboah, Tyler Kroft, Ryan Griffin, Daniel Brown, and Trevon Wesco. I mean, this tight end group is really deep, but it's not deep because they're not really that good. You know what I mean? So getting Kenny Yeboah as an undrafted free agent is so big, because I guarantee if the Jets had a 7th round pick, they would have drafted Kenny Yeboah. Or even, I thought Kenny Yeboah was going to the 4th or 5th round, and for us to get him in undrafted free agent pool is insane value. You guys have no idea how good Kenny Yeboah was at Ole Miss, or how potentially he could be in the NFL. And Chris Herndon, he's a guy where, we're just waiting. Is Chris Herndon ever going to get back to his rookie ways? Is he ever going to look like the guy that we thought had the steal of the draft potential written all over him, snagging balls out of the air, red zone targets, one-handed grabs? Are we going to see that? Is it going to be one of those, Adam Gase type of players where he escapes Gase and he thrives under a new system? Hopefully, I'm not putting all my eggs in the basket for Chris Herndon, but I definitely feel like he has potential to show that he is worth a tight end starting position on the New York Jets. I feel like his problem last year was his mentality. He did not have confidence in the system. He was dropping wide open passes, and he was not there mentally. So if his coaching staff can get deep into Herndon's brain and get him confident in this offense, it's huge, because this offense implemented with LaFleur, it needs a tight end to get open and get yards after the catch. And I feel like Herndon and Yeboah have those traits. So I'm excited to see those 1-2 punches. I feel like Yeboah is going to make the roster. I think it's a guarantee. And then Tyler Kroft, he's more of the blocking tight end, but can still get receptions out of the, in the reception room. And then Ryan Griffin, he was a little disappointing last year. I don't even know if he's going to make the roster. We will see. And then Daniel Brown, yeah. This tight end group is not really that good, but I'm very happy that Kenny Yeboah got signed to the New York Jets in the undrafted free agent pool, and you never know. This offense is one of those offenses where even the no-name players can thrive in this system because it's just a quarterback-friendly offense. It elevates the playmakers. All you got to do is just run your route, and if you're open, you're getting the ball. And without further ado, let's get into the trenches in this offensive line. We got Mekhi Becton on the left tackle position, Elijah Vera-Tucker at left guard, Connor McGovern at center, and then right guard is interesting. It's probably going to be either Greg Van Roten, and some people believe Cameron Clark can potentially win that role at the right guard position, so keep an eye out for that. And then right tackle is George Fant. So this offensive line is going to be very interesting because we got a rookie in Elijah Vera-Tucker coming in, and he's going to be pairing up next to Mekhi Becton on that left side, and that's going to be really fun to watch. We got two athletic big guys that are so physical. They do not stop until the whistle's blown, and they are perfect fits for this type of offense implemented. You got to be, pulled to the outside, get to the next level, destroy the people in the secondary if that's the case. Those outside runs with Michael Carter, I'm so excited to see Elijah Vera-Tucker and Mekhi Becton just bully people. And I feel like Connor McGovern as a starting center, rather. I don't know why I said safety. I feel like he has potential. I feel like last year, the beginning of the year was a little rough for him, and then he really settled into his own later on into the season. And if you guys remember, last year we had 5 new starters on this offensive line without a traditional training camp, without a preseason. So the 5 guys last year, it took them a while before they can get chemistry, and then there's injuries. So I'm not really too concerned about McGovern. I feel like he has potential. He's not even that old. He's around like upper 20s, 28, 29 years old, and I feel like he can hold his own with his second year with the New York Jets. He understands the culture now. He knows what it takes to be a good player. So I'm looking for Connor McGovern to have a bounce back season next year. And then the right guard position, it's either going to be Greg Van Roten or Cam Clark. Cam Clark is someone I feel like we're all hopeful that he can get a starting job, because last year as a 4th round rookie, he did not get a snap. He redshirted his freshman year. So if Cam Clark can win that role, awesome. Greg Van Roten has potential, but last year he was definitely the worst player on the offensive line. And some people even think Tristan Hoge out of BYU can be potentially winning that right guard position. He protected Zach Wilson for 3 years at BYU. He was a guy that went undrafted, and we signed him. And I feel like a lot of people thought that he was going to go in the 3rd or 4th round, but then he contracted COVID during the 2020 season at BYU, which made him sidelined for the rest of the year and resulted in to be undrafted. So that's somebody to look out for. Tristan Hoge to win that right guard position. Greg Van Roten, I feel like that's going to be a very interesting competition when it comes to training camp. And then right tackle, it's George Fant's right tackle position for sure. He's a guy that's a veteran, and I like him right now, but he's definitely not the long-term solution. So definitely look out for the Jets to draft the right tackle in next year's draft to, get that right tackle position for the future. But I love George Fant. His athleticism is probably the best trait that he has, and that's exactly what you need in this style of offense. So guys, that's my thoughts of the Jets offense in 2021. With all these brand new draft picks, with all the brand new free agents and everything implemented with the new coaching staff, I'm so excited. I feel like this offense has a lot more potential than we can even imagine. It's dynamic. We got explosive playmakers. We got a brand new coaching staff. We got a brand new quarterback. Everything's new. So leave a comment down below your thoughts of this offense. How explosive do you think we could become? Do you think it's a stretch to say that we could potentially be a top 15 offense? Hopefully top 20 minimum, because if we are, bottom 25 again, that's going to be a really unfortunate situation. And honestly, the most important player on this team on the offensive end is Zach Wilson. Does he have the ability to elevate everybody around him? And luckily, we have an offense in place where it's a quarterback-friendly offense where the system helps the quarterback. It's easy to read the defense. It's easy to find the open man. But at the same time, we need to make sure the offensive line can keep Zach Wilson upright and the playmakers can make his job a lot easier. So guys, please let me know down below your thoughts of the video, and hit that like button if you guys enjoyed, and also comment down below with jet emoji if you guys stayed into the end. This was a very long video, and I want to go deep into the each player on the depth chart when it comes to the offense, and maybe I'll make a video about the defense in the next video. So guys, I appreciate it, and let's go Jets. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.